Hello everyone and welcome to the Week 25 edition of Instant Replay, where I give you my take on the most controversial calls of the weekend. I'm Ciman Borg. We start in Toronto, where Orlando City added to their league-leading red card total this year with 2 more at BMO. The first was shown to Rafael Ramos in the 36th minute for this tackle on Justin Morrow, and I have to admit, at first glance, it looked like a yellow would have been more than enough for the reckless tackle. But when we watch the slow-mo replay, Ramos actually goes in, studs up, and endangers Morrow's safety. Ultimately, referee Jose Carlos Rivero got it right, as he did the second yellow to Orlando's Adrian Winter in minute 82 for this foul in the box on Toronto's Robbie Finley. Yes, Finley sells it well, but the contact is there, and the second caution and penalty is warranted. Josie Altidore converts it, and 9 men Orlando wind up on the wrong end of a 5-0 rout. To the other big blowout of the weekend, LA's 5-1 trouncing of New York City FC, and the visitors had a solid case for a potential equalizing penalty kick in the second half. Galaxy defender Leonardo just hauls down New York's Andrew Jacobson on this 50th minute corner kick, but referee Baldomero Toledo doesn't call it. NYCFC did get a penalty in the 79th minute, but by then they were already down 4-0. LA's Dan Gargan kicks Patrick Mullins in the box, and that's a no-brainer. David Villa steps up for the consolation goal, number 15 on the season for him. A handball by newcomer Roman Torres gave Real Salt Lake the breakthrough in their 2-0 win over Seattle. In the 12th minute, Torres extends his arm to stop the ball, and from this angle you can see that it definitely happened in the box. But we had a few tweets about the ensuing stutter-step penalty kick by RSL's Javier Morales. No, I don't think he comes to a full stop at any point in his run-up, which would have been illegal, and I don't think the encroachment rises to the level to order the do-over. Sebastian Jaime is not in the line of sight of referee Silvia Petrescu, who you can see, however, is pointing at RSL's Luke Mulholland at the top of the frame. We needed to look at the replay from RFK Stadium for what looks to me to be embellishment in the box by DC forward Jairo Arrieta. Yes, San Jose's Mark Pelosi has a hand on his back, but it doesn't look like he's actually pushing him, and there's no contact at the feet. Referee Alan Kelly just ignores it and says play on. Only one play to look at in Vancouver. It's the 23rd minute, and Christian Techera inexplicably winds his arm back to strike Dallas defender Zach Lloyd in the head. He gets a yellow from referee Ismail Elfat for reckless play, but I would have gone red for serious foul play. In my book, Techera goes out of his way to nail him. As it stands, Techera remained in the game and scored the eventual game winner. Another player who should count himself lucky, in my opinion, Jeff Lorenowitz of the Chicago Fire. In a matter of 10 minutes, he left his feet for this brutal challenge on Gabi Torres, and then he tackled Drew Moore here. But he only got a caution from referee Sorin Stoica for one of those fouls. I thought both of them should have resulted in a yellow. The Fire lost this match at home 1-0, but they wanted a penalty in the 84th minute. Chicago's Jovan Jones whips in the cross, and Colorado's Drew Moore deflects it, but was it a handball? Moore turns around to block the ball, but he's clearly trying to prevent the ball from slamming into his chest, and his arm is tucked in. So I think that's a good no call by Stoica. To Columbus, where Sporting Kansas City supporters were up in arms about Crew SC's first goal in the 35th minute by Ethan Finley. And yes, to all of you, Oscar and Jeremy, Kai Kamara was offside on the original shot by Federico Higuain. But assistant Jeff Mushik doesn't flag it, and Ethan Finley's goal stands. Great job by the other assistant in this one, Andrew Bigelow, for keeping his flag down on the Tony Chani goal in the second half. When Crew defender Tyson Wall flicks on this ball, some of his teammates are offside, but Chani is on. Good goal. Now, Crew supporters had solid cases for both a penalty and a Kansas City red card. Late in the first half, Sporting Kansas City's Jimmy Medranda brings down Finley as he's chasing a through ball into the box. The foul was called and Medranda gets a yellow, but I'd argue that's a denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity and, in my opinion, deserved a red. Then, with 6 minutes left, it looks like KC's Paulo Nagamura may have committed a handball on this cross by Cedric Magbuati. We don't have a replay or another angle to look at, but referee Chris Penso doesn't call the penalty. Philadelphia Union defender Fabinho is lucky that referee Edvin Jurasevich didn't send him off late in the match against Montreal. Fabinho was already on a yellow when he committed 2 pretty blatant fouls on Impact debutant Didier Drogba in the 83rd minute and then in the 89th minute. I thought that second one was especially deserving of a second yellow. The Impact lost 1-0 in what was a frustrating match for Drogba and for teammate Laurent Ciman. On the final whistle, look at how Ciman blasts the ball in the direction of assistant referee Gianni Facchini. Not cool at all. And we end in Portland, where the Timbers had 3 different penalty kick shouts, none of which were acknowledged by referee Ricardo Salazar. First, in the 22nd minute, it looks to me like Houston's Brad Davis handles the ball on this corner kick. I would have gone penalty there. Next, in the 42nd minute, the Timbers were arguing handball on Raul Rodriguez. But that was ball to hand for me. His arm moves because the ball hits it. Good no call. And the third Timbers penalty claim came in the 60th minute when Fernando Adi gets kicked by Rashid Olabi in the box. I agree with JC on Twitter. That's a stone-cold penalty, but Salazar doesn't see it the same way. Portland came back to tie the match, but not before subjecting Houston forward Cubo Torres to two nasty challenges. First, in the 84th minute, Liam Ridgewell sends his forearm to the back of Cubo's head, but no foul is called. To me, Ridgewell got off easy without a card, but his teammate Diego Chara wasn't so lucky when he sent his forearm into Cubo's neck. Chara was sent off by Salazar, and rightly so. And we end with one of the great acts of sportsmanship in MLS this year. The referee calls a foul when Will Johnson hits the deck on the challenge from Houston's Shane Williams. But as we can see from the replays, Williams doesn't even touch the player. And that's what the Timbers captain tells the referee, who then puts the yellow card back in his pocket. Well done all around on that one. That's all we have for this week. Keep those tweets coming. Remember the hashtag #InstantReplay. In the meantime, for our editor, Abner Aceves, I'm Simon Borg. See you next time!